Hello and welcome to Kettle Messages Tarot. I'm your reader, the GEMSTAR, and this is the weekly tea. Thank you so much for supporting the channel, for subscribing, liking, commenting, and sharing. For your own personal private readings with the GEMSTAR, visit our website at kettlemessagestarot.my.canva.site in the description box below. Now, let's have a sip of the weekly tea together. Hello and welcome once again to another live on Kettle Messages Tarot. I'm your oracle and reader, the GEMSTAR, and I'm here to spill the weekly tea for all of my zodiac signs out there as we wrap up the little bull season. Taurus, we want to wish you a very happy birthday this week. For those still celebrating their birthday, happy birthday, little bulls. And as we wrap up Taurus season, we move into Gemini season. Yes, the fabulous twins. Happy birthday to those fabulous twins having birthdays at the end of the month of May. Thank you for subscribing, liking, commenting, sharing, being part of our sacred space, welcoming us into your sacred space, reaching out to us for your own personal private readings. If you want to get your reading with me, then the link is in the description box below. I'm your oracle and reader, the GEMSTAR, and this is your weekly tea. Hello and welcome back, little bulls, to your weekly tea. I'm your oracle and reader, the GEMSTAR. You are tuning in to another live on Kettle Messages Tarot. I want to thank you for subscribing, liking, commenting, and sharing, being part of our sacred space, welcoming us into your sacred space. We want to wish the little bulls a very happy birthday as you wrap up your birthday season. You enter your solar return. So happy New Year for my little bulls. Happy birthday for those of you celebrating it this week. Let's see what messages we have for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Taurus. If you want to get your own personal private reading with me, my link is in the description box below. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What are the energies that are surrounding you this week ahead? Okay, so we're coming out of a period of melancholy, or there's some truths that are coming out to the light of some people who have betrayed you and backstabbed you. Your focus now this week is going to be on your finances, on money that's coming your way, little bulls. There's a check coming your way, money owed to you coming your way. There's some opportunities, doors opening for you this week financially, in employment, in your business, getting more clientele, getting that job, getting that interview. So for many bulls this week, the focus is going to be on money and finances, as there's some rocky relationships and situations that Taurus may be dealing with this week when it comes to certain people and certain connections in their life. Some truth is coming out to the light slowly. Drip by drip, you're finding out more and more about a situation, about a person. And as you find out certain truths this week, you're going to start putting boundaries, space between you and others. And you're going to be more focused on yourself this week. You're going to be more focused on your well-being, on your finances, on your happiness, Taurus. So that's some good feeling energy for the little bulls this week ahead. You're coming out of fear, worries, and concerns, especially when it comes to money and finances. So if that's an area of your life that you were worried, concerned about, even some fear was creeping up, little bulls, then this is alleviating, and you can breathe a sigh of relief as money starts coming your way, or you start generating more money and your finances start to improve. The focus this week is going to be on your own happiness and your own well-being. I see that you're more focused this week on self-love, looking out for yourself, and taking care of yourselves. Again, this stress and fear is coming out. For some of you, you may be dealing with a matriarch or another female in your life that because they're in an energy of stress and fear, they're projecting this energy onto you. And if you're sensitive to energies or you're an empath, then you're feeling these energies. You may be picking up on these energies. Don't allow them to penetrate your energetic field and get you stuck in that energy of fear, worry, and concern. So some of you are dealing with people who are full of fear and worry. They're being tortured with worry and stress, and they may be coming to you for some advice or for some help, or they just may be projecting their fears onto you. So if you're working on your dreams, your goals, your projects, this energy that they project onto you can stagnate you, can make you think twice about what you're doing, may make you doubt yourself. So be careful with the energy of the company you keep around you this week, because some people are vibrating at a lower energy. You're much more focused on working on you, on working on your self-esteem, on your confidence, on your happiness, on your health, on your well-being, and on your finances. That's where your focus is at this time, Taurus. And there may be others projecting their worries and their fears onto you. See, abundance. So definitely your finances are improving this week. So inwardly, there's a wealth of creativity, of talent, of abilities, of skills that you have that you can put into practice to generate more money into your life. So you have an enriched inner soul, and this energy is calling around you energy at that same frequency, and is generating and calling in and manifesting opportunities and possibilities for you. So you're not having a poverty mindset this week. You're really focused on your success, on building something stable and solid for yourself. That's where the focus is, because there will be some material increase. There may be an inheritance coming your way, a chance to earn more money, to collaborate, to work with others, to get a business off the ground. You may be even doing some gambling and win some money that way, or settling some legal agreement or contract this week that's going to bring you money once you sign on that dotted line. So whether you were having these fears, these worries, these concerns over your finances, we see that alleviating, and you're going to be breathing a sigh of relief as things start to improve in that area. But know that there may be someone else in your life who is going through something difficult, and they may project that lower vibrational energy onto you, your dreams, your goals, and your projects. So it's important that you stay around people that are vibrating at high positive frequencies. You want that positive energy around you. You want that go-getting energy around you. And you want people with that positive mindset. As you start detaching yourselves from the naysayers, the backstabbers, those that have done you wrong or have disappointed you in the recent past, we see you really detaching yourself from the drama this week as you focus on you. So I'm loving this energy this week for you, my little bulls. That's how you celebrate your birthday. You may be getting some money for your birthday as well. Gifts of money for your birthday this week. Now, guard against future losses. There may be a connection that you may have to let go this month, Taurus. because it doesn't serve you, because you found out some truths about someone. So there's a connection that you may end this week because you're somebody who cares about others, and when someone disappoints you, it's gonna take you some time to forgive and extend the olive branch. You just want to be alone right now, or away from somebody who has let you down, betrayed you, or has disappointed you in the recent past. Now, someone here is waiting for you to reach out to them. You have had a falling out with them, or you have went no contact, or you just put some distance between you and someone. And we see here in this tea this week that you have your reasons for putting some distance between you and someone else. But know that they are waiting for you to reach out to them. Now, even though there may be some opposition and competition on the work front this week, we see you very successful, getting that position, getting that promotion, getting that job. So we see good things happening financially. But there may be a friendship here, or a relationship, a connection with someone that it's finally time to release it, to let it go, because it's no longer serving you. It's no longer healthy for you. And so we see you going your own way, or at least getting some distance between you and someone else. Now, you're going to be very, very busy this week. You may have taken some overtime on, or you're working on several projects. You're doing multitasking this week ahead. You're being encouraged to take a break, to stop, to smell the roses. You're one of the signs, Taurus, that loves to work, and save. But like your fellow earth signs, you don't take the time to enjoy that which you are working hard for. So this week, make sure to enjoy the fruits of your labor. Yes, this week you're seeking more adventure. You may be networking, you may be traveling, you may be confronting some stage fright. This week ahead, you may have to do a speech, or maybe you're joining a karaoke party or event. But we see that you're standing here at a podium or giving a speech or something, and you may have some stage fright. But if that's the case, Taurus, we see you getting through it fabulously, okay? Someone here is going through some great fear, concern, and worry. Someone here should speak to a therapist, a counselor, a psychologist, a psychiatrist. But someone here is really dealing with sleepless nights, with worries, with fears, with stress, with concerns. And this should be looked into by a medical professional this week ahead. Let's get a blessing, a message for the little bulls. Let's get a blessing for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. So this week we see that someone who is missing you, that cares about you, that you've had a falling out with, is waiting for some correspondence from you, or a call or a text. And you may have your reasons for why you've gone silent. You may be busy, or there's some other reason, but know that they're waiting for your call or for your text or for your message this week. Make sure to be saving. Don't be going on spending sprees this week ahead, because we see money coming in, but this money coming in needs to be saved or invested in for a rainy day, okay? You're going to be adding some spice to your life this week ahead. So you may even be planning some traveling this week ahead. Your blessing for this week is a crystal clear blessing. You are soon blessed with great clarity. As we said, right? Things are coming to the light. You're going to start seeing some truths. You're going to start seeing things as they are. So clarity is coming your way this week. Your destiny is calling and your soul is shining its infinite wisdom. You are blessed, protected, and guided in all you do from this moment on. So that's right. If you have this energy of worry, concern, and fear this week, it's face the fear and do it anyway, because you're gonna do well. Something you're gonna do is gonna be very successful, even bring in money for my little bulls this week. You're gonna be clear on how to move forward, what decisions to make for yourselves this week, and you are being blessed through your intuition and your gut feelings. So trust your intuition this week as you are being guided to get some space between you and others, or you or someone particular this week, as you stay focused on work, career, and finances, because that's the area that is gonna do very well this week ahead. That has been your weekly tea on Kettle Messages Tarot. I'm your oracle and reader, the GEMSTAR. And until we sip tea together again, may you have a blessed week ahead, little bulls. And if you want your own personal private reading with me, then the information is in the description box below. Ciao. Gemmies, my fabulous twins, welcome back to another live Kettle Messages Tarot. I'm your oracle and reader, the GEMSTAR, and I'm here to spill the weekly tea for my fabulous twins, wishing Geminis a happy birthday. Those of you that are celebrating your solar returns and your birthdays at the end of May. Happy birthday to those Geminis out there. To my fabulous twins, I want to thank you for subscribing, liking, commenting, sharing, reaching out to us for your own personal private readings with me. My information is in the description box below, and the link to the website is there as well. Let's see what is going on this week ahead for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Geminis, what's going on this week? What are the energies? What are the messages for my fabulous twins? We're going to take those. They flipped over, Geminis. Okay, so fabulous twins. Either you're going on vacation this week, or you're planning a vacation, you're getting ready for a vacation, or you just need a vacation, my fabulous twins. The energy is about booking one, planning one, taking one, because you definitely need one. Or you're going to be invited on a trip, on a vacation by a friend that you haven't heard from in a while. So someone may be traveling to visit you this week ahead, and it's going to be a surprise visit from an old friend, or some friend that has gone no contact, but you haven't heard from in a while, is going to be reaching out this week, inviting you to meet up, to go on vacation with them, or to pay a visit to them, or they may be asking to pay a visit to you this week. The most difficult part of a situation is almost over. So you're wrapping up a problem, a situation that you've been dealing with for a while now, Geminis. You're wrapping it up at the end of May. And there's someone powerful and important in your life that is going to be helping you or looking out for you somehow, some way this week ahead. So there's someone here who is a powerful friend who you haven't seen in a while or heard from in a while, but they will be in contact this week ahead, Geminis. You're planning vacations as you're getting over a difficult situation in your life that you have been dealing with in the recent past. So after you wrap something up, there's a much needed vacation that needs to be planned or taken by you, my fabulous twins. Yes, there definitely is going to be someone here, a partner, a friend, a collaborator, but someone here is going to be helping you, whether it's going to be the help of a professional or the help of a strong, powerful friend. You have people here that are gonna give you a helping hand this week. So know that there is assistance on the way to help you through a situation. There's going to be an open, honest communication had this week by someone that you haven't heard from in a while. So there has been some news that has been delayed. So if you have been waiting on important news, that's going to be coming through this week, or there's someone unexpectedly reaching out to you that you haven't heard from in a long time. But whoever is reaching out to you or getting in contact with you this week is somebody who is going to play a major role in helping wrap up a difficult situation, or they're going to be inviting you on a trip or to collaborate with them this week. Yes, you have history with this person that's going to be in contact with you this week, Geminis. We see you going down memory lane, this energy and feeling of nostalgia, of memories of the past. So you are on someone's mind this week, and they're going to wind up reaching out to you, or maybe the energy is going to be vice versa. You're going to be feeling nostalgic and you might be reaching out to someone from the past. But I feel more the energy of someone here that you haven't heard from in a long time, and they're in a very powerful, strong position in their life right now, and they're going to be reaching out and they're going to be helping in some way. Or you're just going to be meeting up and talking about the good old days, going down memory lane with someone. So this week is important not to judge a book by its cover. So anyone you meet this week, really get to know them. Take your time getting to know people. Allow yourselves to open up to others as well. Allow others to get to know you, fabulous twins. This is not a week to be closed off. This is a week to collaborate, to communicate, to network, to get out there, to plan a vacation, to get moving, to wrap up a difficult situation, and to spend time with people that you haven't seen in a while or heard from in a while, and to catch up with them. Right? Have a hangout session with someone this week ahead, my fabulous twins. But there's going to be some honest communication being had this week where someone is going to be showing you that what you see is what you get. Or maybe that's the energy you're going to be giving off this week ahead. What you see is what you get. So this is a week to be very confident, to believe in yourselves, to believe in miracles, to believe in the impossible, to believe that there's that pot of gold waiting for you at the end of the rainbow as you wrap up a difficult situation this week. But if you don't believe in yourself, then there's a possibility of failure. So whatever you're going to do, you better believe in it. And you better put 100% of yourself into it and bring all your know-how, all your knowledge, all your skills, talent, and abilities. And don't forget to bring your confidence, okay? Especially if there's a lot of competition, then confidence is going to help you land that opportunity you want this week. There's someone here that you should be careful and keep your eye on If you're feeling suspicious about someone, if someone is acting strange, weird, bizarre, if they're saying weird things to you, or their energy seems off, it's best to stay away from people like that this week. And don't allow anyone to influence your decisions this week as well. If you have a creative idea, you have a project, you have a thought in mind, a goal, then it is best to work in silence. It is best to work on your projects solo this week. You may collaborate later on, but this week is best to work on your projects on your own. Keep things on the wraps for now. Don't share everything you're working on this week with others, as your ideas could get stolen, or you may get some bad advice, okay? And you don't need any bad advice. You have your own ideas, so stick to what you know works for you, okay? It's great other people want to give their opinions and their advice, but what works for others may not work for you. So it's best to make your own decisions this week ahead, okay? Yes, there's going to be some get-togethers. There's going to be some gatherings. You're going to have some visitors drop by this week. There may be a matriarch or a cousin or a good friend dropping by. Yes, there's someone dropping by this week ahead. Okay, there's a hangout session happening this week, and there's some unexpected reward coming to you this week as well. So Geminis, we see a lot of good fortune here coming through unexpected means or unexpected avenues. You didn't expect things to turn out so well. You may have had some doubt. You may have lacked some confidence because you're being reminded to be confident this week. But you're going to see how things are going to turn out better than what you could have imagined. So for some Geminis this week, there's going to be some sudden financial change, some unexpected improvement when it comes to business, work, and finances, or just wrapping up a difficult situation. There's going to be some gratification coming your way, some flowers, some award, some prize. There may be some cash, extra pocket money, tips, bonuses, pay raises. But there's some type of financial profit coming to you this week, Gemini. Save, save, save. Okay? Save, save, save. Also, there's some business contracts that are being signed. You may be interacting with some wealthy people, making some business deals this week, signing some business contracts, agreements, settlements this week. And that is going to bring a nice payoff for you, Geminis. But when it comes to your home, you're going to be renovating, maybe painting, maybe redecorating, rearranging, expanding on your homes, adding some new addition to your home. And someone may be coming to visit as well, so get the guest room ready. But we see you beautifying your surroundings, maybe adding a garden to the home or bringing some flowers, plants into the home this week. We see you making changes in the home to make it feel more welcoming, more homey, and more green. We see that you're bringing plants and flowers, nature into the house. Or maybe you're being encouraged to spend more time outdoors in nature. But definitely some Geminis, you are having some unexpected guests coming through this week. So get ready for that, and get ready to get some financial blessings as well. Speaking of blessings, let's see what blessing comes through for the fabulous twins. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What blessing is coming to you this week ahead? The blessing of questioning. So Geminis, examine and identify any belief that stems from an irrational fear. Ask yourself, do I still need this? If the answer is no, then replace it with a trusting, more loving belief. Blessings flow to you as soon as you do this. So set yourself free. Set yourself free from irrational fears. Stop doubting in yourself. Work on this self-confidence this week. Know that you have a lot of skills, talents, abilities, wisdom, knowledge that you can bring into any project that you'll be working on this week, that you will be able to find solutions to your problems as well, and that you will have a helping hand while you're doing this. Someone here is going to be reaching out to you, offering their help and assistance. Also, start planning your vacations, because either you're going to be invited to a getaway or you yourself are going to want to get away once you wrap up a situation in your life that's currently weighing on your mind and causing some type of fear and a lack of confidence in being able to find a solution or to successfully close a cycle. And you will be able to successfully close a cycle, but you have to believe in yourselves, Geminis. You have to believe that you have the wisdom, the knowledge, the capability, and the confidence to see yourself through any situation or any curveball life may throw at you this week ahead. As we see that you will be having assistance during this time, and you can definitely count on yourselves. That has been your weekly tea, and until we sip tea together again, if you want to book your own personal private reading with me, my link is in the description box below. May you have a very happy birthday, Geminis, and a blessed week ahead. Ciao. Welcome, my little crabs, sun, moon, rising, and Venus. Cancers, welcome back to another live on Kettle Messages Tarot. I'm your oracle and reader, the GEMSTAR, and I'm here to spill the weekly tea for my little crabs. Thank you for subscribing, liking, commenting, sharing, joining our sacred space, welcoming us into yours, and reaching out to us for your own personal private readings. Those that still would like to book a reading, then my link is in the description box below. I am your oracle and reader, the GEMSTAR, and I'm spilling the weekly tea for the little crabs. Let's see what is going on. Oh, money, 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 money. Okay, so those of you that are waiting for a package, a letter, some news, that is coming your way, especially if you're waiting on money, a check, money owed to you, an agreement, a sale to go through, a contract to be signed, a lease, a mortgage, a loan. Then this is going to be happening for you, Cancerians, this week ahead. Some of you need a much needed vacation. You should take the advice Spirit gave Geminis to book a vacation and to take a vacation. You definitely need to take a vacation, Cancerians, because you've been burning the candle at both ends. You are mentally tapped out, physically, energetically tapped out, and you need a break. You need me time. You need to spend time out in nature or just away from the hustle and bustle. You really need to get some time away, alone time, me time, or to really book a vacation. Also, get your physical checkups done as well, as we can see that lately your work, your stress levels are high, and this is taking a toll on you mentally and physically. You really need to slow down, to take a break, to stop taking so much on, to delegate some responsibilities, to call in some extra hands to help you out, or learn to say no this week, Cancer. Okay? Because you're mentally and you're physically tapped out. So energetically, you're running on low right now. And you really need a break. Or you really need to delegate responsibilities to others. Or ask people to help at this time. So that you won't wind up in the hospital or bedridden. Because you're going to be mentally, physically, energetically tapped out. So money is looking good this week. You're receiving some news, a package, a letter that you've been waiting for, Cancerians. We see that coming through this week as well for you. So get ready for whatever was delayed to start coming your way, just as these cards are starting to fly out. Okay, see? Confirmation. You need to meditate. You need a peace of mind. You need a peaceful environment. Light some candles, light some incense, put on some music, soothing, calming music. Spend time outdoors in nature or book a vacation. You need time to get away from it all. Have a spa day. Treat yourselves well. Love on yourselves this week. It's important that you get time this week for peace and harmony. There's a lot coming at you. There's a lot of responsibilities. You're putting a lot on your shoulders this week, Cancerians. And you have to know when to take a break, when to say no, when to delegate responsibilities to others, and when not to take on others' responsibilities. All right, because you may be engaging in behaviors that are not going to produce the desired outcome. You're just enabling people when you do everything for them, Cancerians. And I feel this energy that you're overextending yourselves in certain connections, in certain situations. And that's not doing you any good, any good. And it's doing a disservice to someone else, as they're becoming more lazy, they're becoming more dependent, and you are becoming an enabler for someone. So know when to say no this week. There's a situation that you may be confused about, but you're going to get clear on something or someone this week. And once you get some clarity on a person or a situation, a relationship, or you get some type of news, you're going to know how to move forward and how to deal with a person or a situation. And this is going to bring you a peace of mind. There's a need to bring harmony and balance into your life this week. Okay, that's right. Ask your partners to help you. Ask help from the children. Ask help from the family. Ask help from your friends. Ask help from your husband, your wife, your lover, your partners. Okay? You're doing it all. You're overextending yourselves, Cancerians, this week. And you're being called to pull back some. Okay? Allow people to do for themselves this week ahead. Like that saying goes, you're doing too much. You're doing too much, little crabs. Okay? I see that some of you want someone to speak with the truth this week ahead, because what someone is doing or saying has been confusing you, and you just want some honesty from someone. You want someone here to be honest when they communicate with you, because you don't feel like you're getting the whole story from someone this week ahead. And that's going to probably have you step back or distance yourself, or even start questioning them a little more. Start doing some digging. Start looking for some receipts or some answers. But you really want somebody to be upfront. Yeah, you want somebody to spill the beans already. You see how the cards want to just spill out of GEMSTAR's hands. That's because you want somebody to come out with the truth already. I hear Cancerians like, come out with it already. Come on. Come on. Tell the truth. Okay, so someone is not letting you in at this time, Cancerians, because they feel like your advice to them can be harsh. So someone you're dealing with that you've given advice to that has pulled back or gone silent or is not sharing as much as they used to, the reason that they're doing that and behaving that way is because they feel like every time they come to you with their issues, their problems, you always give them advice. And though at times they appreciate your advice, this time they're feeling like something you said to them was really harsh, offensive, or hurt their feelings. And that's why they've clammed up, okay? So if you're dealing with someone like that this week and you feel like they're acting strange, it's confusing, their behavior, they usually share a lot with you. The reason that they're not sharing with you is because of something that happened in the recent past when they came to you and shared something with you and you gave them your opinion or your advice on whatever they were telling you, and it came off harsh to them, okay, or hurtful to them. And even though they didn't tell you that, that's what they're feeling. So if you're dealing with someone like that this week, know that that's why they're acting this way. But this is going to be short-lived, as this person is going to open up to you and tell you eventually why they've been acting the way they're acting. And I feel like it's because you're going to be relentless this week in really asking them, what's the problem? What's the issue? Why you've changed up on Cancerians? Why you're acting different? Why you're acting weird? So as you start interrogating somebody here or asking them questions, you're going to give them no other choice but to come out and spill the beans and let you know why. And for some of them, you're going to find out that, something that you said before, some advice that you gave before, they found it hurtful. But you're going to be able to make amends, to clear up this misunderstanding this week, Cancerians. So we see that turning out favorably. See, there's some sad news. There was some sad news in the recent past. And that's why somebody shut down. But we see that there's olive branches this week, making amends, clearing up misunderstandings, being more sensitive to one another, really listening to each other, wanting peace and harmony in your connections, especially with females and other matriarchs in your life, making peace with that girlfriend, that wife, mom, auntie. Yes, partnerships. Some of you may be getting over a third party situation. So some of you are healing from heartbreak from a third party situation. You found out that you were betrayed, cheated on, or you yourself may have had to end the connection because you wanted to move in another direction or into another relationship. But for some Cancerians, a connection has finished or is ending this week. And after a connection ends, all you want after that is peace and harmony. So there may be some sad news as there's an engagement canceled or a vacation canceled between you and someone else this week. That's going to be a letdown, a disappointment, maybe even a heartbreak. But we see that you're going to be getting over this because after this, you're just going to want peace and harmony. It's like, I want no part of drama or toxic relationships or lovers triangles. For others of you, that's not going to be the situation or the issue. The situation is mending and healing relationships with certain females in your life, clearing up misunderstandings, kissing and making up, really having a powwow, a get-together, and clearing the air between you and someone else this week ahead. So let's see what Cancerians' blessing is this week ahead. There it is. Let's see what blessing my little crabs received. A blessing from your soul, little crabs. You are a beautiful soul full of infinite wisdom. Stop judging and start loving yourselves. You are blessed with endless potential and on the verge of transforming into the radiant being that is your true essence. This week ahead, Cancer, shine your light and allow this blessing to enter your heart. You are full of wisdom and advice. And here, it's not what you say, it's how you say it this week ahead, Cancerians. Be gentle, because your wisdom and advice is much needed. It's just on how you relay your message, your advice, and your opinions this week. Know that you're dealing with people that are going through losses or heartbreak or difficulties at this time, and they're very sensitive. You yourself may be very sensitive and may take the advice of others not so well, negatively. Know that people have your best interest at heart this week, and you as well have the best interest at heart for someone here. You just need to clear up this misunderstanding. Okay? That has been your weekly tea, and until we sip tea together again, may you have a blessed week ahead. Thank you for subscribing, liking, commenting, sharing, joining our sacred space. If you want to reach out to me for your own personal private reading, the link is in the description box below. Ciao, little crabs. Leos, my kings and queens of the jungle. Welcome back, lion and lionesses, to your weekly tea on Kettle Messages Tarot. Another live with your oracle and reader, the GEMSTAR. Let's spill the weekly tea for sun, moon, rising, and Venus. Leos. Let's see what's going on. Thank you, lion and lionesses, for subscribing, liking, commenting, and sharing, joining our sacred space, welcoming us into yours, and reaching out to us for your own personal private readings. The link is in the description box below. I'm your oracle and reader, the GEMSTAR, and I'm spilling the weekly tea for the lion and lionesses. Oh, yes. Okay, so we see love, affection, romance coming through. Some of you are bringing down your walls, softening your heart, allowing yourselves to open up to romance, love, passion, affection. This week ahead, you are finally making up your mind on whether to move forward in a love connection, or to allow people in, okay? To bring your walls down, to stop being so defensive, to stop being on guard or paranoid. But we see that someone here this week, Leo, is bringing down their walls, is opening up emotionally, is ready to make a decision when it comes to love, partnerships, and romance this week. How interesting. So you have one foot in, one foot out, Leos. Do I start dating? Do I put a label on it? Do I make it official? Do I let my feelings be known for someone this week ahead? Or someone may be bringing down their walls and finally saying those 3 magical words to you, Leos. I love you. Oh, wow, yes. Someone here is going to be expressing their feelings, their emotions. They're going to be showing you caring and nurturing this week ahead. When it comes to business, work, and career, you may be dealing with a tyrant on the work front, a narcissist, or someone on a power trip this week, always trying to impose their opinions on you. And you'd wish they would shut up, give it a break, go bother someone else with their opinions and their ideas. You feel like you got things under control. You know what you're doing. You don't need to be micromanaged. You don't need a hovering parent at work, or you don't need a parent on your shoulder telling you what to do, how to do it. It's annoying you, and you wish this person would shut up or go bother someone else. But it wouldn't be wise to make this person upset or angry. So you have to find a very diplomatic way to deal with this person this week. Because you may snap, Leos. You may tell them to shut up. You may tell them to go to hell. You may tell them to stuff their ideas where the sun don't shine. But you may get into a confrontation, or you just may snap at work because someone is constantly annoying you with their opinions, or them trying to micromanage you or tell you how to do your work, your job, and it's becoming a bit too much. And so you have to find a way to get this person to back off of you, but without pissing them off, okay? Because this person, think that they're a know-it-all. Okay, so yeah, you're dealing with a parasite. You're dealing with a parasite this week. Okay? So, even though this person is dictating to you what to do and what to say, they're jotting down either in their journal, in their book, on their phone, on their laptop, wherever, in their mind, your ideas, your plans. So it's important to keep your ideas and your plans to yourself. Because someone here, even though they're coming off as a narcissist, as a know-it-all, they're coming off, annoying you, and you're trying to ignore them. They just want to be close to you to see what you're working on. Okay? They know you know what you're doing. They know you have good ideas. And they really want to feed off of you. Okay? And be careful with gold diggers this week ahead. People trying to get a free ride off of you, Leos. Be careful with someone trying to get a free ride off of you. All right, so someone here needs some time to emotionally heal or physically heal. You may have overdone it at the gym. You may have had a small accident. You may be healing from a surgery. You may have hurt your ankle, your leg, your back. Leos. Okay, so you may be coming out of physical therapy, or you're doing some physical therapy this week. Some of you are working on your health this week, or you have been emotionally healing, and now we see that you're coming out of a period of being alone or being single or spending time as a hermit. You're joining society once again. You're joining the dating scene once again. You're dipping your toe in the love pool again this week after you've done some healing. Okay? I'm loving that. You're ready to go back out there and hit that dating scene. You've worked on your heart and you're ready to do some mingling. And for those of you that have been having difficulties in your relationships, some misunderstandings, some fallouts, we see kissing and making up going on this week ahead. So I'm loving that energy. There's a lot of love here, a lot of affection, chemistry. You really care about one another. Okay, relationships aren't perfect. We're gonna bump heads once in a while with our love interest, Leos, and you understand that. After you've given yourself time to give each other space, some breathing room, some healing time, now you're ready to kiss and make up and cuddle up and spoon once again and spend time once again. You're ready to let down your guard, not be so defensive, and open up emotionally and start really having some intimate conversations with your partners this week. So those of you that are coupled up, we see kissing and making up this week. Yes. Oh, we're going to get to this in a minute. But Spirit is loving this energy of healing your romantic relationships, your relationships and your connections with family members, with friends. You're opening up once again. You have been hurt in the recent past. It's taken you a while, but we see love coming your way this week. Okay, let's confront this, whether at school, whether at work, whether in business. You're dealing with a tyrant, a bully, a narcissist, a control freak, someone on a power trip, someone that thinks that they're your mentor, your teacher, and you feel like you got things under control. You don't need to be micromanaged, and someone here is suffocating you, but because they're trying to see what you're working on, Leos, okay? That's why they're really bothering and hovering over you. So you have some visitors dropping by this week, or you're making some changes to the home, or you're thinking of moving and relocating because you may be moving in with a love partner or a roommate, Leos. You may be also getting engaged or married as well, and you're house shopping this week ahead, or you're just making changes to the home, or you're gonna have some visitors drop by this week. Oh yes, be careful with who you invite to your house this week, as someone here can overstay their welcome, or someone here who's visiting the house can try to rob and steal from you. Watch out with certain business partners as well. Remember that we were telling you earlier that someone here is trying to ride your coattails, trying to get a free ride, trying to mooch, trying to be a parasite, trying to suffocate you. Someone is annoying you here. You're trying to ignore someone, trying to put a distance between you and someone. But they're, a thief. They're trying to take from you in one way, shape, or form, whether they physically stealing from you something of value, of value, something tangible, or it's an idea, an opportunity that they see coming your way, and they try to jump in there before you get a chance to take advantage of it. So be careful with someone trying to ride your coattails, steal your ideas, or try to steal something from your house, okay? Be careful with vendors or contractors that are working on your house as well. If, there can be theft by contractors and vendors that are working on your home as well if you're doing some repair work. So shop around this week, okay? Shop around, because there's someone here being nasty, trying to take from you, trying to steal from you. Also, you got some energy vampires, as we said, mooch, parasite, people wanting a free load, people overstaying their welcome. If you've had a visitor and they've overstayed their welcome, this is the time to tell them, when is it that you're going to be going back home, leaving, because I need my house back. So you're getting ready to go on a trip. Some of you are planning a vacation. Some of you are planning a move and a relocation. This is going to go very well for you. You're going to be surprised on how well this relocation or this move is going to be. Whether this is going to be a relocation of home or a relocation because you're starting a new job in a new state, a new country, a new continent. But this is going to go very well. You may be nervous about this relocation, this move you're about to make, whether you're moving in with a love or whether you're moving for business, career, and finance. It's gonna go surprisingly well for you this week. Now, you're a good person, lion and lionesses, but somebody made me misunderstanding you this week ahead. So make sure that people understand where you're coming from, even if that means that you have to repeat yourself 2 or 3 times and ask them to repeat to you back what you just said to make sure they understand where you're coming from, just so that you don't have any misunderstandings, especially if you're dealing with contractors, vendors, people working in your house, or you're dealing with clients this week or business partners or other colleagues. Make sure that everybody understands what everybody is working on, what they have to be doing, and what they're getting paid. Make sure you make everything crystal clear this week ahead, because there's some people here that are going to have the tendency to misunderstand you. Now, you're going to be coming out of a major challenge, but when it comes to someone who may be doing you a disservice emotionally, so if you've been giving to a person or a situation emotionally and you are tapped out, Leos, know when to call it quits, okay? Know when, the well has run dry and you're better off cutting your losses. Because if you keep giving to someone here, they're going to simply continue to take and not reciprocate. There are some plans that you have in mind that you should follow through with. So if you're planning to relocate, if you're planning to start a business, if you're planning to put a creative idea out there and manifest it into your reality, follow through with whatever plan you've been keeping on the wraps or you have been on the fence about, because it's gonna turn out well. Just be careful this week with these thieves, with these parasites, these moochers, these energy vampires, people trying to get a free ride, people overstaying their welcome. It's time to show some people the door. And if they don't understand that, then show them the bottom of your shoe. That has been your weekly tea, and until we sip tea together again, my lion and lionesses, may you have a blessed week ahead. To book your own personal private reading with me, the link is in the description box below. Ciao. Virgos, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Virgos, welcome to another live on Kettle Messages Tarot. I'm your Oracle and reader, the GEMSTAR. Thank you for subscribing, liking, commenting, sharing, joining our sacred space, welcoming us into yours, reaching out to us for your own personal private readings. If you want to book your own reading with me, then the link is in the description box below. Let's see what is going on for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Virgos, what are the energies this week ahead? Woof! Okay, let's see what's going on in your weekly tea. All right. So you're disappointed in a female in your life. This may be causing you depression, melancholy, sadness, but you are disappointed in a relationship, in a person, in a situation. This is taking its toll on you mentally, emotionally, maybe even physically. But it's important that you Virgos this week go to your doctors, get your physical checkups done, pay attention to your health, take your vitamins, get out there into nature, get your vitamin D, get your nutrients, eat well, eat healthy, detox your body, or really go to the doctor if you do have an ailment, you do have a long-standing illness or sickness. It's time to go to the doctor and get yourselves checked up. You may also be dealing with someone who is under the weather and is giving you a hard time to take them to the doctor, or you're advising them to go to the doctor. But someone here this week ahead really needs to go to the doctor. Somebody may even need therapy or counseling or just someone to talk to because they're feeling disappointed in a connection, in an affair that they recently have gone through. You may be healing at this time emotionally or physically, Virgos. But I feel like there's a need to talk to someone this week. There's definitely a need to take a visit to the doctor for many of my Virgos. You've been slacking when it comes to your health, and it's about time that you get on a health kick, okay? Or at least get those physical checkups, okay? So some of you Virgos have been feeling used, abused, disappointed, let down by someone here. You feel like you may have had someone's back, but they may not have had your back. You are totally not dealing with this very well. It's still affecting you some way, somehow. And I see that by the end of the week, some of you are really going to start focusing on your health. So I'm glad to see that, because that is a major concern for some Virgos. Okay, you may have had an accident. There's something that's getting worse. Something wrong with your leg, your knee, your back. Okay, there's something that's not improving that you need to go see the doctor for. Also, you may be dealing with some legal situation, or you may be dealing with some people in position of authority this week that you have to be careful with, because if they're disappointed in your work or in your attitude this week, they're going to give you a hard time. So this is a week to keep your head down at work, to do what you need to do to get the job done, to really focus on your work, focus on the details, get things turned in on time. Don't let your supervisors down or anybody in a position of authority, because they're going to make your life a living hell for the rest of the week, okay? So that's something to pay attention to, as well as your health. And you really feel betrayed, backstabbed, and disappointed by someone that you have been dealing with in the recent past. And this is something that's on your mind this week. So let's see how, things turn out. Let's continue spilling the weekly tea for my Virgos. Yes, thoughts, you see? Someone here is on your mind. Someone who let you down. Someone who disappointed you. Someone who you feel used by, abandoned by, betrayed by. You're thinking about them this week. You're feeling let down by them. But you're ready to head towards new beginnings. So there's a need to deal with this emotion, maybe have a conversation with this person and close a cycle, or, get some closure with this person, or write a letter of goodbye. Write everything down in the letter, burn it away, toss it to the wind. But you need to wrap up and close a cycle in your life with someone who has disappointed you, let you down, has made you feel betrayed or bad in some way, Virgos, so that you can continue to move forward, because you have a lot to look forward to. There's some new beginning ready to start. You may be working on a new hobby or looking for a new job. You're starting a new phase in your life. You may find out of a pregnancy this week ahead. You may find out you're pregnant, or you may find out someone else is pregnant, or you're just pregnant with new ideas and possibilities this week, which that is what you should be focused on, rather than someone who has let you down in the past, because that's holding you back. That's creating melancholy, depression, stagnation, making you feel down and out, sad, hurt. And that's a cycle that you have to close, because that's an area where the energy is flowing out, is being drained. You're giving your power away when you need it to focus completely on these new beginnings, these possibilities, these opportunities coming your way. Some of you may get into studying accounting or law, or you want to put yourselves in a position of authority or a managerial position, and that's where your focus should be on, or that's where you're going to put your focus on this week. So you're beginning the week melancholy, feeling let down and disappointed, brokenhearted, betrayed. By the middle of the week, you start to throw yourself into work. By the end of the week, you are burning the candle at both ends, or you are really putting the pressure on yourself, and you can even hurt yourself physically by doing too much. So be careful with what you do around the house, or putting too much stress and pressure on yourselves, or taking on too much. Be careful with what you lift this week ahead, because you could hurt yourself. There could be a fall or accident, or you could throw out your back or twist your ankle. So be careful with accidents this week. My Virgos, you see, great happiness. There's some great happiness, coming your way, Virgos. And you're determined to get healthy. You're determined to become successful, or to put yourselves in a position of authority here, or to start something new. And you're going to be very happy. There's going to be a lot of money made by you, Virgos, as you wrap up the month of May. You may even find your true calling this week. There's some good opportunities coming your way. A wish coming true. You're going to be filled with happiness and contentment. And there's going to be some inner growth that you're going to be going through. You're going to be leaving some childish things behind. There's some maturing that's going on this week. There's some wisdom being bestowed upon you, or you're becoming wiser, making better choices for yourself, making healthier choices for yourself. I love to see that you're coming out of an energy of depression, disappointment, let down, focusing on past betrayal, and coming out of that energy and focusing yourselves on starting over, starting something new, moving forward, changing your attitudes from negative to positive. So I'm loving this energy that you're turning it around this week, turning it around 180. Good for you, Virgos. There's going to be some delightful experience you're going to have this week. You might even meet someone new that's going to stir up your interest. There's going to be some chemistry between you and someone else, whether that's physical chemistry, or you're mentally going to be jiving with someone. Someone really gets you this week, and you start a new friendship. Welcome it in. Okay, so there's a letter. There's news coming. Pay attention to the mail this week because there's some news or some mail coming to you this week that needs to be answered right away. There's a timeline, an expiration date on something, and it's important that you file documents and paperwork on time. There's something coming in the mail for you Virgos this week that you need to take action on right away, as it has time expiration on it. You're also planning a vacation this week, or you're going on a journey, you're going on a trip, you're visiting someone, or you're planning a vacation. And that's going to bring you great happiness. We see you celebrating something this week, Virgos. So congratulations, because we see you coming out of a negative energy into a more positive, happy energy. We're loving it. We are loving it. There's a safe journey for you ahead. You have very good friends who are waiting for you to visit them, to have a good time with them, to celebrate good times with them. You're going to be celebrating birthdays, events this week, parties this week. You got friends inviting you out to have a good time. Maybe there's some friends that see that you're going through a difficult time. You have recently gone through a disappointment, a betrayal, a letdown. And so there are some friends that are coming through this week to cheer you up, Virgos. Let's get a blessing for my Virgos, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What is the blessing for Virgos this week ahead? Virgos, the blessing this week is the blessing of oneness. Bring your awareness within and connect with the eternal you, Virgos. Love, abundance, and blessings are going to flow to you this week. Feel a deep sense of peace. Feel the oneness, the clarity, the perfection, and the love that you truly are. And because you're loving, and because you're kind, and because you're a good friend, Virgos, there are going to be people showing up for you this week ahead, cheering you up, inviting you out, inviting you on trips, vacations, parties, events, celebrations. You are encouraged to go out and have a good time. Don't sit home looking towards the past and boo-hooing, okay? And going over the past when the present is calling out to you, and there's a whole lot of fun waiting to be had by my Virgos out there. It's time to heal those hearts, let go of past disappointments, and live in the present. Celebrate your lives because you're only given one. This has been Kettle Messages Tarot's weekly tea with your oracle and reader, the GEMSTAR. Thank you for subscribing, liking, commenting, and sharing, joining our sacred space. If you want your own personal private reading with me, the link is in the description box below. We look forward to spilling your personal private tea. Have a blessed week, Virgos, and ciao. Libra, my scales of justice, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Libra, welcome back to another live on Kettle Messages Tarot. I'm your oracle and reader, the GEMSTAR, and you know I am here to spill your weekly tea. That's right, my scales of justice. Thank you for subscribing, liking, commenting, sharing, reaching out to us for your own personal private readings. The link is in the description box below. Welcome into our sacred space. Thank you for welcoming us into yours. Let's see what the energies are for Libra this week ahead. Okay, Libra, we're gonna accept it. There's good luck coming your way. After there was a misunderstanding, you're successfully overcoming a problem when it comes to love. So, Libra, this week, we see that you're kissing and making up with someone this week after there was a fallout, a misunderstanding, an argument, a confrontation, a no contact. Here we have messages coming to and fro. There's olive branches. You guys are actually finding solutions and resolution to a situation when it comes to the people you love in your life. Whether this is hubby, wifey, boyfriend, girlfriend, family, friend, cousins, whoever you extend your love to, whoever extends their love to you, that you have recently had a misunderstanding with, a fallout, you couldn't see eye to eye with someone. Things are going to be turning around this week as the channels of communication opens, olive branches are extended, we start visiting one another, communicating with one another. There's a lot of good luck coming your way this week, especially when it comes to healing certain relationships and connections in your life that there has been a fallout or a misunderstanding. So I'm loving this energy you're working with this week. You're not throwing the gavel at someone, Libra. At least not yet. You're not throwing the gavel at someone yet. But I love that you guys are kissing and making up this week. There are people opening up emotionally, willing to work things out, talk things out, heal a relationship, a friendship, a connection between you and them. Maybe now you're more willing to be open to healing certain connections and mending certain bridges. Yes, this misunderstanding made somebody feel weird or awkward. So something that happened between you and someone else made somebody feel really uncomfortable because something here hadn't occurred like that ever between you and them. It was something weird, something different. I guess this person was confused, okay, by some action or something you did or something you said. Or maybe something they did or something they said. Okay, so you felt betrayed by someone, or you felt a lack of support or loyalty from someone. And this person thought that was weird and strange for some reason, because maybe they believe that they're loyal to you, that they haven't betrayed you, but you may feel someone has been disloyal and betrayed you. And so there's some communication that needs to be had here so that you can clear up a misunderstanding. You will be able to solve this problem and to get closure, to get some clarity. Because someone here really does love you. They really feel like they have your back. And so they felt weird when they found out you thought that they were disloyal to you. Okay, so there's a communication that needs to be had. And if you feel like somebody was behaving like a Judas, then that's something that you need to discuss with someone so that you can clear the air. Because though you may feel somebody was disloyal and betrayed you, they don't feel the same way. They don't see it that way. So you have to really explain to them why you felt they were disloyal or why you felt that they betrayed you. Because they're totally confused. Yeah, you really feel like someone is being harsh, cruel with you. And you stepped away, you went no contact, or you stopped communicating, or you got some distance from them. You put some distance between you and them, or you stopped communicating with them because you didn't want to argue with them, you didn't want to fight with them. But you're going to have a conversation with them this week. And things look like they're going to turn out well between you and someone. But I think you really need to let somebody know how they come across to you, okay? Because you feel like they're being cruel and harsh, or they're confrontational or defensive or critical of you or judgmental or hard on you. And they don't feel like they're coming off that way. They don't feel like they're being harsh. So I think you really have to clarify this for someone, okay? Because you definitely are feeling betrayed, backstabbed here. And you haven't said anything. You just like went no contact, you ghosted them, or you know, you stopped socializing with them. Okay, so okay. So it looks like you entrusted someone with some type of secret, Libra. All right? And they don't feel like it was a secret. For some reason, they don't feel, and they shared it with someone. They may have shared it with another friend or a family member, and that's why they feel like they didn't betray you or backstab you or was disloyal to you. So now we see what happened here. So this week ahead, you're going to be having a conversation and mending bridges and extending olive branches with someone, or someone is doing this with you because you feel betrayed. You feel like somebody has been disloyal because you told them something in confidence, in secret, and they shared it with someone else. But when they did this, they didn't think that they were betraying you or being disloyal. They didn't think that it was a big secret. And to you, it may have been something that you wanted to keep on the wraps. But this person didn't treat it that way. So it's like those people that tell you, well, you should have told me to keep it a secret, Libra. Because that's why they don't feel like they've done anything wrong. See, this is going to be short-lived. You're going to be able to clear this up. But you're not going to be so open with them in the future. Okay? We see you kissing and making up and making amends. But sharing things with them from now on, I don't think you're going to be sharing much with them. At least things that are very intimate or personal to you. Okay, so it's time. Oh my, you know, a lot of signs this week are being told to take a break, to take some me time, to take some alone time, to get some rest, to take a vacation. But you haven't been sleeping well lately, Libra, and you have to get your sleep, your rest, without it being disturbed or interrupted. You've been dealing with some difficult situations where some of you may have been feeling helpless or may have been feeling ignored, unsupported, discouraged, pessimistic, insecure, or you may have been dealing with someone like this and this has taken a toll on you energetically, physically, mentally. And some of you are just drained and tapped out at this point and need to put yourselves first. So before you can love anybody else this week, Libra, you're encouraged to give yourselves some self-love this week. Pamper yourselves, treat yourselves to something nice, treat yourself to a spa day, a massage, a getaway, a vacation. But it's important that you have some downtime and that you get rest. Some of you may be recovering from an illness, or you may have been feeling under the weather, or you may be healing from an operation or some type of illness or ailment. And so this week, it's take it easy. Don't stress yourselves out. Allow other people to take care of you, to pamper you, to love on you, to show up for you this week. You have dreams, goals, desires that you want to achieve, that you want to manifest. And that's something as well that you're going to be focusing on this week. Okay? You're being encouraged to spend time by the ocean, go to the beach, spend some time by the water, by the lake, by the sea. Stay away from nicotine and alcohol this week. Don't overdo it. Everything in moderation this week, because it's important for you guys to get rest, to detox your bodies, to treat yourselves good, to stay away from people who put a lot of that bring a lot of drama into your life, that drain you energetically, emotionally, or physically. Let's see what your blessing is this week ahead, Libras. The blessing of faith. Okay, so keep the hope alive this week, Libra. The universe is testing you this week, scales of justice. And you are being tested when it comes to your faith. Is your faith strong? Are you a believer? If you're a believer, you're an achiever, right? This is a week to be courageous, for you are supported by a divine ocean of love. You see, it says get away to the beach, get away to the ocean. Here you have a lot of love. You may not have been feeling the love lately, Libra, but you're going to be definitely feeling the love this week. All right? There's good luck coming to you, especially when it comes to love, support, kissing and making up, people wanting to clear up misunderstandings with you. You are gifted at this time with the blessing of a strong faith that will see you through the present challenges. Yeah, if you've been feeling doom, gloom, doubt, pessimism, insecurity, helplessness, you need to believe in miracles as well, because there's definitely a miracle coming through this week for you, Libra, bringing you a whole lot of good luck. Just when you think things are gonna get worse, life can surprise you and bring you a great blessing, an ocean of love. Some of you may be even finding love this week. That has been your weekly tea, and until we sip tea together again, my scales of justice, may you have a blessed week ahead. And if you want to reach out to me for your own personal private reading, then the link is in the description box below. We look forward to spilling your personal tea with you. Ciao. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Scorpios, let's spill the weekly tea. You are tuning into Kettle Messages Tarot live with your Oracle and Reader the GEMSTAR. And I'm here to spill your weekly tea. Thank you for subscribing, liking, commenting, sharing, joining our sacred space, welcoming us into yours. If you want your own personal private reading with the GEMSTAR, the link is in the description box below. We look forward to spilling your own personal private tea for you. But for now, let's see Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Let's see what your weekly tea is. Those flipped over. So let's see what's going on this week. So there's some good news coming your way this week, Scorpios. You are fighting temptation. You are saying no to those pesky temptations, to those bad habits, to anything that will get you into trouble or that takes you off your focus, off your path. You guys are really focused this week. You're fighting temptations. You're fighting bad habits as well. Coming out of a period of toxicity, bad behavior, or just bad habits. So if you're a drinker, then you're stopping drinking, or you're cutting off drinking, or you're drinking less, you're smoking less, or you're eating healthier, or you're staying out of lovers triangles, or you're staying out of drama. But whatever here is tempting you to get sidetracked, to distract you, to get you off your path, we see that you're turning a deaf ear to it this week ahead. There's a need to pay attention to something that has been very difficult. So you may be dealing with a bad habit or toxic people, toxic situations, toxic things in the recent past or currently, and you've been having difficulties breaking away from bad habits and toxicities, but we see that you're being more successful this week, okay? But there's definitely some good news coming through that is going to get you through a difficult period in your life. So for those Scorpios that are going through something difficult and you've been waiting for some good news, okay, it's like if you go through misfortune or bad luck has visited you, you're like, when is good luck coming? When is something good gonna happen? When am I gonna hear something good? This is the week where you're gonna hear something good. You've been feeling overwhelmed, swamped with a situation, a person. And so this week, we see that you're fighting the temptation of taking on other people's drama, other people's problems, other people's issues, other people's bad habits, other people's toxicity. We see that you are overwhelmed, swamped. You have your own issues, your own problems, your own things going on, Scorpio. You don't need someone here pouring on, on top of your burdens and your responsibilities, their misery, their burdens, their responsibilities. But somebody here, has been overwhelming you, stressing you out, making something more difficult than it has to be. And you're choosing not to engage in that this week ahead. Okay, we see you not engaging. You rather go celebrate, you rather go party, you rather go attend a social event, a celebration, a party, than to be entertaining misery. So there's this energy this week, misery loves company, or someone is tempting you to do something that is not in your best interest. And you're going to really block this person out and do your own thing this week. You're going to do your own thing. So anybody complaining, bringing on drama, bringing on stress, bringing on problems, bringing misery your way, it's going to fall on deaf ears. You're going to ghost. You're going to disappear. You're going to block. You're going to go your own way this week. You're going to do your own thing because you are tired. You are tired of putting up with a difficult situation or a difficult person, period. This is also a good week to pay attention to your diet, particularly regarding proper nutrition and vitamins. You need to eat healthier. You need to take your vitamins. You need to get out there and get your vitamin D from the sun naturally. Spend out time in nature. And find time to have fun. We see that you work hard, Scorpios, but you also need to find time to play hard as well. And when you do play hard, be careful what you're eating, what you're drinking. Watch your intake of alcohol and unhealthy foods at this time. because it can take a toll on your digestion, on your health, on your waistline. And it's important that you get healthy and you pay attention to your health this week. Okay, so somebody here is trying to convince you this week to do what they want to do, Scorpios. And it looks like you rather do your own thing this week, okay? There are things that you would like to do that someone is trying to convince you, no, Scorpio, do what I want to do this week. And you're like, no, I want to do what Scorpio, has planned. So you're going to be very happy with some news that comes your way this week. Okay? This news that makes you happy may be an invitation to a social event, a party, a celebration, or something that helps you through a difficult situation. There's going to be, again, so someone here is holding you back, is stagnating you. You are missing out on opportunities. So maybe your friends, your family are inviting you out and you've missed a couple of parties and social events because you're dealing with someone difficult at home, a difficult boyfriend, girlfriend, a fiance, husband, wife. Okay, they want to keep you locked down, or they want you to do what they want you to do. And it's taking you, it's taking your time away from things that you would like to do. Okay? Some hobby, some retreat that you would like to do, or even just spend time with friends and family members. And this has become stressful, overwhelming, suffocating. And this week, as we said, it looks like you're going to be looking forward to doing your own thing. You may ghost somebody, disappear on somebody, walk out on somebody because you're done missing opportunities to have fun, or opportunities to start something new, or take, up a new job, or maybe even, get-togethers, celebrations, parties, get-togethers. This is a week to have fun. And someone is trying to stop you from walking out that door, from going to that party, from hanging out with your friends and your family this week. And you are fed up with somebody's behavior. You are fed up with somebody suffocating you, holding you back, being jealous, being envious, being miserable. Yeah, you see, they have a lot of expectations. And they're like, oh, I'm expecting Scorpio. They're expecting you, Scorpio. Your family, your friends are expecting you this week at these parties. There it is. Bam. Prison. Restriction. Someone here is really trying to hold you back. Okay? Somebody is restricting you. You feel imprisoned by a friend, by a roommate, by a partner, by a husband, a wife, someone you reside with, someone you live with, someone you spend time with. You are so tired of giving into this person, or being held back by this person, or having to be an emotional crutch for this person. This person is too needy, too controlling, too jealous, too possessive, too obsessive, and you may just disappear on this person because your family and your friends are waiting for you to get back to your social life, to get back to your friends, to get back to working with the team, to open up the channels of communication. There are people that haven't even heard from you in a while, Scorpios. They're wondering what's happened to you. It's like 1 minute Scorpio was here, was a social butterfly, and then all of a sudden we can't even get Scorpio to answer a text or a message. And that's because somebody is harping over you, hovering over you, blocking the door so you won't get out, guilt tripping you, manipulating you, gaslighting you, and making you feel sorry for them or bad for them. is so that you won't leave their side. Oh my. Let's see what blessing comes out. Maybe the blessing you need this week is the blessing of liberation and freedom, Scorpios. Because someone here is really holding you back. And you can't get out of this situation. This person is lying, gaslighting, manipulating. They're pulling all the tricks out of their bag to keep you there. So that you won't leave them, so that you won't break up with them, or so that you won't go and leave them home while you go have fun with your friends and your family, or doing whatever you want to do. A blessing through emotional upheaval. Yes. You need to see your mid-month brew, Scorpios, because in your mid-month reading for May as well, you've had enough and you about to blow the kettle's lid and the steam is about to come out. That scorpion tail is about to hit somebody. An emotional storm is forming this week, Scorpios, and things may seem chaotic for a while. But as the storm subsides, a blessing is going to reveal itself. Respect all points of view, for we each view the world a little differently. Things are being shaken up for a good reason, and all involved will benefit. Things are coming to a head. People are going to be speaking their mind this week, especially you, Scorpios, because you have had enough of holding yourself back to be there for someone who just wants to control you. And you're going to lay the cards on the table. And so there's some real deep conversations that are going to be had. Maybe they're going to come out in an argument or a blow up, but this definitely needs to be done, needs to be said, needs to be heard, needs to be released, because it is taking a toll on someone's stress levels here. Someone is already about to blow their lid on someone, and it's because someone is too needy, or someone is too jealous or too possessive. And Scorpio is not going to let you dominate them. Know that. That has been the weekly tea for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. And until we sip tea together again, may you have a blessed week ahead. Thank you for subscribing, liking, commenting, and sharing, joining our sacred space, reaching out to us for your own personal private readings with me. The link is in the description box below. Ciao, Scorpios. Saggies, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Sagittarius, let's see what is going on this week ahead for Saggies, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Thank you, Sagittarius, for subscribing, liking, commenting, sharing, joining our sacred space, welcoming us into yours, booking your personal private readings with the GEMSTAR, the description. The link is in the description box below. Let's see what energies you're working with this week ahead, Saggies. Okay, so you're dealing with females this week ahead, older females this week ahead. Maybe mom is getting on your case. Maybe grandma, auntie is getting on your case this week, Saggies. And you're being asked to be patient, because this is an obstacle that is going to require delicacy and patience on your part when dealing with an older matriarch this week. They may be in their feelings. They may be scolding you this week ahead. But you're finding it difficult with dealing with certain females this week. It can be wifey, grandma, auntie. There's a female in your life or females in your life, Saggies, this week. Maybe even in-laws. That there's some type of confrontation or difficulty dealing with them this week. Or they're making it difficult for you to communicate with them or deal with them this week. Let's continue spilling the tea. All right, you're being asked to go with the flow. So you know this person well. It's like, oh my God, here we go again. All right, Saggies. So you already know how to deal with this person. Okay, so you know that they're challenging. They're challenging, they're critical, they have stereotypes, they can be judgmental. And so you have to watch what you do and what you say around them. Because, you know, they're stuck in their views and in their ways already. There's no changing their mind. There's no bringing them to your side or bringing them to see things your way or your beliefs. This person is stubborn and stuck in their ways. And you know this already. You know they're critical. You know they're judgmental. You know they're stereotypical. And so this is a week of like blocking it out, zoning it out, going with the flow, agreeing to disagree will go a long way this week. If you can be patient, agree to disagree, know that you're not going to be able to try to convince this person to see something your way because they are stubborn and stuck in their ways. They old school. They old school. Okay, so this is a week for Sagittarians to start some type of apprenticeship, or you're getting some news about a raise, a bonus, a job interview. You may be starting a new job, a new project this week. You may become an apprentice, or you may need an apprentice to help you out with work and projects this week. We see that you're making career plans. You're feeling very ambitious this week. You know it's not going to be easy to reach your goal or to manifest this dream or this business that you want for yourself or this project. But nothing is going to stop you. So knowing that the road ahead is going to be difficult, you're still willing to take it on. You're very ambitious. You're willing to climb the ladder of success, even if that means starting at the bottom, starting at minimum wage, starting in the mailroom. You are willing to do the hard work, put in the hard work, put in your time, your sweat, your blood, your tears, your resources, all your wisdom, your knowledge, your talent, your skills, your education, whatever you have, you're going to bring it to the table. If you have to call in some helping hands, you will. If you have to start from the mailroom, or you have to start as an intern or as an apprentice, you're willing to do that because you want to climb the ladder of success. You know that something that is worth having is worth the hard work. Anything worth having is worth the hard work. And there's going to be some friends that are going to be joining you, okay? You may be going into business with a friend, maybe starting a startup business this week, Saggies. But you're wheeling and dealing this week. I love it. You got your business hat on, right? You're working with others. You're making some business deals. You're negotiating. Some of you are starting new jobs. Some of you may be starting from scratch, starting from the bottom. But you are so ambitious that you're going to go up that ladder of success running. You're going to move up that ladder of success quickly. There's this older woman coming out twice here. And if you are male Saggy, You are not talking to this person. You have went no contact. You don't want to deal with this person. You don't want to know about this person. This person has been very, very challenging in your life. Or if you're dealing with difficult females this week ahead, we see that you're not giving it your energy this week. You're more focused on going up the ladder of success, working on business, working on your finances, working on your career. Okay, so some of you may take on jobs that you will have to relocate to a new city, a new state, a new country, a new continent, across the world. But some of you may be needing to travel to go to a job interview, or you may be doing some traveling to start this new job. You're also looking for the right location to open your own businesses. There's some projects that are starting, opportunities, doors opening up this week. But we see Sagittarians traveling for work this week. You may be going by train, car, bike, but we see that you're making progress. Things are moving forward. And some of you are planning a holiday, a trip, a vacation. But you're definitely leaving the old behind, okay? So some of you may be ending a relationship, going through a divorce, moving away, relocating, maybe even moving away to start a new job, to start a new life, Saggies, because some of you are definitely ending a relationship this week, or you're thinking about it. Others of you just may be moving out of your family home, okay? You're moving away from grandma. You're moving away from your parents. You're moving out of your parents' house, your grandparents' house, your auntie's house, your roommates. You're going on your own. You're doing your own thing. This is difficult and challenging, but you're doing it. You are doing it. Oh, okay. So you see, it says beware of a jealous woman. So some of you are tired of entertaining someone who is envious, who is jealous, okay, who is always causing drama in the relationship, accusing you of cheating, accusing you that you are up to no good, Saggies, okay? Maybe your mom is telling you you're up to no good, your wife, your girlfriend, your cousin, your sister. But there's certain females in your life that you are tired of living with, dealing with, being in a relationship with, being in a connection with, and you're tired of their jealousy. You're tired of them being in your business, and you are about to take your life into your own hands. You are going to receive an offer regarding money this week. As we said, there's some job offer coming your way. There's some extra work opportunity, business opportunity. There's some skill, talent, and ability that you have that someone wants to hire you this week, Saggies. And we see that you're making money this week. All right. Okay. So some of you have had enough with a mother-in-law, with a busybody woman. There's a woman coming in between you and your person of interest. Someone is putting their 2 cents in your relationship, in your love life. You're tired of them complaining, being judgmental, criticizing you, having stereotypes, being old school, being stuck in their ways, or just putting their 2 cents where it doesn't belong. They're constantly in your ear or in your partner's ear. But there is someone here, especially if you're dealing with in-laws, your mother-in-law, your sister-in-law, your cousin-in-law. But there are 2 women here, 2 men here. There can be a whole family getting involved in your relationships, in your friendships, in your love life, in your connections. This person is jealous. They don't want to share you, or they don't want to see you with this person. They want you to break up. But it seems like the person you will be breaking up with is this in-law or this parent or this grandparent that keeps putting their 2 cents, and they want complete control over your life. And so it looks like some of you are going to be breaking free from someone this week because you're tired of them being in your business. You're tired of them telling you what to do with your life, right? It's like you want to go to Paris and be an artist, and they want you to go to law school or to go be a doctor. They want you to do what they want you to do. They don't want you to live your life. All right, Saggies, the blessing this week for you is a blessed season. And we're in the spring, but we're going to be starting the summer season, at least in this part of the world, wherever part of the world you're in. That season is kicking up. But this is a blessed season for you, Sagittarius. Each season of your life is a gathering of precious memories. Each one has its purpose, unique beauty, challenges, and blessings. Everything is always unfolding in accordance with the divine will of your soul. All is a blessing and forever blessed. So right now you're going after your dreams, your goals. You feel like there's a purpose that needs to be fulfilled by you in this lifetime, and you are going to fulfill it come hell or high water. You can care less about others' opinions. You could care less about what someone else wants for you. You know what is right for you. All right, Saggies, that has been your weekly tea, and until we sip tea together again, may you have a blessed week ahead. And in order to reach out to us for your own personal private reading, our link to our website is in the description box below. We look forward to giving you your own personal private tea. Ciao, Saggies. Cappies, my little goats. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Welcome once again to another live, Capricorns, with your Oracle and Reader the GEMSTAR. And I'm here to spill the weekly tea for the little goats. Let's see what is going on for Cappies. Who you gonna hoof off the mountain this week, Cappies? Thank you for subscribing, liking, commenting, sharing, joining our sacred space, welcoming us into yours. Reaching out to us for your own personal private readings. If you haven't, then the link is in the description box below. We wait to spill the personal tea for you. But for now, let's do the weekly tea for my little goats. Money, 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 money. Woo! Money! That's right, little goats. You know how you love your money. So there's increase in some material wealth and spiritual growth and protection happening right now in your finances. So your finances are being protected. Your home is being protected. There is someone important and powerful in your life that's coming up to bat for you as well, giving you a helping hand. For some time now, there has been a problem that you couldn't solve on your own. And this week, it looks like you're going to get a helping hand, because somebody here is going to help you financially, or is going to help you with an idea or with a recommendation or with a referral. But someone here definitely in a powerful position, someone who likes to protect you and look out for you, is coming to bat for you. They see that you're having and going through a difficult time, finding a solution to a problem, and someone just may have the key for you this week ahead. Let's continue spilling the tea, little ghosts. So you have protection from the divine, from your guardian angel, from friends, from someone who cares about you, who loves you, who wants to protect you and look out for you. Yes, this person is inviting you to an opportunity. All right. Confirmation. So someone here is bringing you an opportunity so that you can solve a problem that you haven't been able to solve for a while. All right. So because you are a person of great faith and you don't fear the reaper, okay? You don't fear going through the dark night of the soul because you have been through it. You have kept the hope and the faith alive. You keep praying, you keep believing, you keep having faith, and the universe is going to send you a blessing this week through someone close to you, a powerful friend. They're going to bring a referral, a recommendation, an opportunity, maybe even gift you some money, help you out financially. And you have been very patient, waiting for an opportunity here. Some of you little goats, you're getting engaged this week, or someone wants to marry you, someone wants to commit to you, and that's the opportunity that's being brought your way. And because this person financially does well for themselves, they're going to be taking very good care of you. This person, not only are they well off financially, and not only are they protectors and they're very powerful, they have a powerful presence. When they walk into the room, they command. They have this commanding presence. Everybody looks at them like they a boss because they are a boss. They give that boss energy. This person is also patient, compassionate, understanding, and very loving. But they are super protective. So if you, their boyfriend, their girlfriend, their husband, their wife, someone that they care about, their friend, their family, they will protect you come hell or high water. And this person has no fear. This person fears absolutely nothing. So someone here is going to be popping the question or wanting to take a relationship with you to the next level. So some Capricorns are going to have the opportunity of getting engaged, getting married, moving in together, entering a committed relationship. So congratulations. Some of you have been very patient with someone in a relationship and they're finally coming around. They're finally ready to, jump the broom or break the glass. Opa. They're ready to take that step and move these connections to the next level. If it's not a love relationship, then it's a business partnership or a friend that brings you an opportunity, whether that's a job opportunity or whether that's looking out for you financially, maybe even giving you a loan or just maybe even gifting you money. But there is someone here coming to help you. I'm loving this energy. Yes, oof, abundance. The money bag. Money, 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 money. There's definitely money problems being solved this week, Capricorns. Money matters being solved. You may be marrying someone, a boss who does very well for themselves. You may also be leveling up to boss level as well. There's material increase. There's an inheritance coming your way. A chance to earn money, win money, make money. So if you're not making money this week, it's because you're not answering the call. It's check your emails, check your texts, check your calls, check your social media. But there's somebody here. Yeah, see, good news. Good news. Money, job opportunity. opportunities to make money this week. And that is going to allow you to solve a problem that you haven't been able to solve. See, work, occupation, confirmation, confirmation, confirmation. So if you're looking for work, this is the week that good news is coming through. That job interview is coming through. You getting that job is coming through. You being offered a job is coming through. You leveling up at work, getting promoted, getting raises, getting promotions as well. Being put in positions of authority, managerial positions. You're definitely becoming entrepreneurs or bosses. You're collaborating, but you are making money this week. Your whole reading is about money, wedding. You may be even tasting wedding cakes this week ahead. Let us know what's your favorite cake. But there's a focus on business, setting up something for yourselves this week, being vigilant, putting in that extra effort, being active, learning by doing. This week you are busy physically. This week you're doing a lot of exercise, maybe getting involved in sports or doing work outdoors, outside. You may be even doing some gardening this week, maybe even opening your own landscaping business. But there's messages coming your way, text messages, phone calls, documents, even pleasant love messages coming your way. So answer the call this week ahead because it looks fantastic, Capricorns. Yes, there's some unexpected windfall about to come your way. Success in overcoming a problem. Yes, as we said it, that's confirmation. This week there is good news. So you're going to be wrapping up the month of May with good news coming your way, opportunity coming your way, making money, starting your own businesses, landing that job, getting promoted, getting bonuses. There's a chance to earn money and to put yourselves in a position you've always wanted to be in, financially and when it comes to business, work. But you have to be patient with yourselves because you have to have a balance here between your relationships and work, because it looks like work can take over all your time. That's a message that was coming through. So we paused for a minute there. Make sure that as you work hard, you also take time for love and play, little goats. Let's see your blessing for this week ahead. A blessing for the little goats this week. Positive thoughts. That's right. We said, right? You keeping the faith. You stay prayed up. And your prayers are being heard and answered this week. Each time you notice a negative thought cross your mind this week, Capricorns, stop and consciously replace it with a positive one. Practice this until the pattern is broken. You will set yourself free. This is a blessing to give to yourself. It will lead you to feeling a deep peace and contentment. Think positive. We know that you've been patient. Your patience is being tested, but you are about to see a miracle come your way and your prayers being heard and answered this week. That has been your weekly tea, and until we sip tea together again, my little goats, may you have a blessed week ahead. Thank you for subscribing, liking, commenting, sharing, reaching out to us for your own personal private reading. Our link is in the description box below. Have a blessed week, my little goats, and ciao. Aquarius, welcome Aqua, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus to another live Kettle Messages Tarot with your Oracle and Reader, the GEMSTAR. Thank you for subscribing, liking, commenting, and sharing, joining our sacred space, welcoming us into yours. Thank you for reaching out to us for your own personal private readings. If you would like to do so, then the link is in the description box below. We wait and look forward to doing your own personal private reading. Let's see what is going on this week ahead for Aqua, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What are the messages? What are the energies coming through? Okay, we're dealing with family this week. Not allowing families to drag us into arguments, confrontations, drama. For some of you, your family is waiting to hear from you, or you are waiting to hear from a family member. There's some communication here delayed, or someone has gone no contact. Someone is not communicating with family at this time. So let's dig a little deeper into this, Aquarius. What is going on with you and your family members, or those that you consider like family, that you are not wanting to deal with at this time, that you're not hearing from, or that you're not communicating with? Okay, so somebody is keeping tabs on you through your friends, through other family members, or through your social media. But because you are changing, because you are transforming, you are eliminating certain people, places, and things in your life. You're eliminating baggage that you no longer need. It looks like you are leaving certain people, even if they are family by blood, or even if you consider them family. There are connections that are toxic, or that you have outgrown, or that weigh heavy on you. They're more of dead weight or baggage to you than bringing anything positive into your life. There are certain people you no longer want to deal with, interact with, spend time with, engage with. And that's why you went no contact. That's why you're not communicating with certain people. Even if they're family, you don't want to deal with them right now. You're doing your own thing. You're living your own life at this time. Yeah, something went down. There may have been abuse, neglect, betrayal. There may have been disappointment, a confrontation. Something went down really ugly, really nasty between you and someone you consider family to you. And at this time, at least this week, you don't want to hear from them. You don't want to deal with them. You don't want to entertain them. You don't want to know about them. Okay? They are dead to you. Deader than a doorknob. But they are dead to you at this time. They did something, Aquarius. Tell us all about it. They did something to you. You are more focused on your success, on business, work, finances, your home, your own family, if you have children, if you have marriage, if you reside with someone. You are more focused on what's going on in your life rather than what's going on in a family member's life, or allowing yourselves to be dragged into family drama. Somebody has really done you dirty, abused you, has been toxic. Something nasty has went down between you and someone else, and you don't want to know about them. You're focusing on your life, on what you got to do for you. Someone may have cut you out the will, cut you out of an inheritance, has stolen from you, backstabbed you, betrayed you, made themselves more important than you, have put you down, have made you feel less than, and you are done with this person. Okay, there's definitely someone dead to you this week. You don't want to know about them. Yeah, you want your privacy. You want your privacy. You probably even block them on social media. Yeah, they stress you out. They stress you out. They constantly on the attack. They always fighting with you, yelling at you, being toxic, mistreating you, talking down to you. Okay, somebody is using fear tactics on you, stressing you out, trying to torture you. You are having nightmares and sleepless nights with this person. They have caused serious problems in your life. They have been violent in the recent past. They have been destructive. And you got yourself out of that situation. And that's why somebody here is dead to you. That's why somebody's here is dead to you. You're focused on your home and on work. You're focused on you, on your children, on your home, on your work, on your finances, on your security, your stability, your well-being, your peace of mind. You are not going to entertain someone who is toxic, abusive, has serious mental problems, or anger issues, or are very violent. You are done with them. Okay, you may even have taken out an order of protection on this person, but this person is dead to you. Maybe they did put their hands on you, and that was the final straw. But you definitely don't want anything to do with someone because of how bad they have treated you. They are dead to you. You don't care if they're your mother, your father, your brother, your sister, your uncle, your cousin, your best friend, whoever this is. You have definitely gone no contact. But believe me, they're trying to find you on social media. They're trying to find out things about you through your friends, other family members. But you're very private at this time. You're very private. You're staying to yourselves. You're spending more time at home or with the kids or doing your own thing, studying, building something for yourself, or giving yourself a peace of mind, giving yourself a place where you feel safe and secure, where nobody can find you. But right now, you want to be left alone. The blessing for Aquarius this week ahead is now is the blessing. Life is a timeless moment in the eternal now. You perceive a yesterday, today, and tomorrow. But in reality, there is only now, Aquarius. Focusing on the past or the future keeps you from fully living and receiving life blessings. Bring your awareness this week within, and you receive a timeless blessing. So stay present, stay in the now. As we said, you are more focused on doing your own thing. You're focusing on what's going on in your life. You don't want to know about toxic, abusive people. You're not entertaining them. They are dead to you. And you are working on you at this time. You might be getting involved in sports, in exercise, in gardening this week, in physical activity. You're getting focused on business work and career. And you may be doing some interior decorating this week, or sticking to your own company, enjoying your own company this week ahead. That has been your weekly messages, and until we sip tea together again, thank you for subscribing, liking, commenting, sharing, being part of our sacred space, welcoming us into yours, and reaching out to us for your own personal private readings. Thank you so much for your support, Aquarius. May you have a blessed week ahead. Ciao. Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. little fishies, Pisces, let's see what are your weekly messages. Let's get a sip of tea. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Thank you for subscribing, liking, commenting, sharing, being part of our sacred space, my little fishies. Our information is in the description box below, along with our link to our website if you want your own personal private reading with me. But I thank you for joining us during the live and for showing your support for our channel by hitting that like button and leaving a comment in the comment section, even if that is an emoji. Let's see what is going on. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, Pisces. Okay, little fishies. What is going on this week ahead? All right, so you are not lowering your standards for absolutely no one. So somebody is thinking about you. You must have dumped somebody, went no contact. Maybe you ghosted somebody, Pisces. Maybe you kicked somebody to the curb. Maybe there has been a breakup or a fallout. But somebody is thinking about you who is at a distance from you. But we don't see you reaching out and contacting this person, making amends or extending an olive branch. You have no intentions of reaching out to this person. So if they're thinking about you, if you're on their mind, they're gonna be the ones to have to make the first move, because you are absolutely not reaching out to this person. This person has done something that they shouldn't have done, or said something they shouldn't have said to you, Pisces. And you are not entertaining them. You are not entertaining them this week ahead. You sound like Capricorns. Check out their reading, their weekly tea. And also check out the mid-month brew for the messages for the month of May, as we wrap up the month of May. Okay, so yeah, you left somebody behind because you think they act like a fool, they act like a clown, they act immature for their age. Okay, this person is old enough here, they're a mature adult, and they act immature, they act like a fool, they act like a clown, they act ridiculous, and you are tired. Okay, you did not buy tickets to the circus, you did not buy tickets to this comedy club, and you are not entertained. You are not finding them funny or humorous. You see them as a clown. You see them as ridiculous. You see them as immature. And you have communicated this to them, that they need to grow up. Okay? That they needed to get it together. They need to do some maturing. You are frustrated already with this person. This person is also becoming frustrated because you're not talking to them. You don't want to give in to them. You don't want to be with them. You don't want to entertain them. But you already communicated with this person. You shared your thoughts, your feelings, and you told them that they have a lot of growing up to do if they want to be with you, Pisces. Okay, they got to level up. They got to up their game. They got to grow up, because you have had enough. You did not go into a friendship, a relationship, a situation to be a parent of a full-grown adult. You may have your own children and you don't want another child. Or you want a woman and a man, and you don't want to be dealing with a little girl or a little boy. Someone that you have to father or mother. Someone that you have to pick up after. Someone that you have to teach. Someone that you have to be on top of, constantly telling them what to do. You are exhausted, drained, and frustrated already. And that's why you don't want anything to do with this person. At least this week ahead. But they are thinking about you, and they are done thinking, and they want to reach out to you. You see, yeah, you were their happiness. That's why they're thinking about you. Because the only time they felt truly fulfilled, truly happy, truly successful in their life was when you were in their life, Pisces. You brought the security, you brought the stability, the love. You brought the delightful moments in their life. You brought them good times. They have good memories with you. They were content in the relationship. Yes, they were celebrating. They were in love. They felt good. They felt taken care of. They felt nurtured. You see where this is going, Pisces? Them, they. Them. I. The narcissist. The one-sided relationship. They were happy. They had great happiness. And you just ended it, okay? You ended it with them. You rethought this relationship, this friendship, because this was one-sided. Only one person was happy here. Only one person was benefiting from the friendship, from the relationship, from the marriage, from the situation. And you have had enough. Some of you, because of this person being so immature, you were dealing with this person. They couldn't keep a job. All right. Someone here couldn't keep a job, wouldn't be responsible with the bills, with the responsibilities in the home, the responsibilities in the friendship, in the relationship, whether they were your roommate, whether they were your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your living partner, your hubby, your wife. You ended this relationship and you took on the loss and you detached yourself, you separated yourself, you let this person go because the relationship was one-sided. Only one person was happy, and that person was not you. Now, don't put it past this person that if they're into black magic, hoodoo, voodoo, spells, okay, abracadabra, hocus pocus, that they're going to be doing that to try to get you to go back to them. They are here. They are desperate. They are desperate. They want you back, Pisces. They want you back. But you are not going to lower your standards. You are done carrying somebody. You are done being somebody's mother, father. You are done being somebody's enabler. You are done being the mature one, the responsible one, the one that carries the relationship, the one that's the nurturer, the giver. You are done. Okay? Some of you may also be hearing that somebody is passing on, and you may attend a funeral. Some of you may attend a funeral or attend a will reading as well, and you may get an inheritance or some money coming your way through an inheritance or through someone who passes on. That's a message for a Pisces here. But for other Pisceans, you were dealing with somebody very immature. Yeah, you see? You're going to have success in love in a new relationship. Because in this old relationship, you were trapped. You felt imprisoned. All right? There was a lot of secrets here. You wanted to get out of this relationship. It took you a while. You rather be alone than in bad company. You want to be alone and not in a relationship that imprisons you, that closes you off from what you love or the people you love. Somebody who just constantly takes and doesn't give back in return. Everything is fine and dandy in the relationship as long as they happy. They could care less whether you happy or not. They don't even ask, right? Pisces, they don't even ask how's your day, how you're doing, how's your life. They don't ask anything about you because it's all about them and their happiness and what they can get out of a friendship, a relationship, or a connection with you. But now you're moving towards a new love that's going to be loyal to you, faithful to you, fair with you. There's going to be end of sorrows when it comes to love and relationships. So you have made a decision from your heart, and you are being true and loyal to yourself before anyone else. And that is going to bring a new love into your life. This old love is going to try to come back. This person that you've left behind, whether they're a friend, a family member, a love partner, but this was somebody who didn't even care or bother to ask how you were doing, how you were feeling, what's going on in your life. Do you need anything? How can I help you? How can I assist you? How can I show up for you, Pisces? They were just interested in what they can get out of you. And as long as they were happy, they could care less if you was miserable. As long as you was there, paying the bills or showing up or giving them attention. Okay, because this is an attention hoe here. Let's get some extra messages. Oh yes, you're gonna be successful when it comes to business, money, and finances, as well as successful in love, because you're moving away from energy vampires, one-sided relationships, toxic karmic relationships, toxic people, narcissistic people, people that all they do is take. See, you're always doing for others without reward. Confirmation. All this person was doing was taking. And what you were doing, Pisces, giving. And this week, no more. No mas. You're choosing a new relationship. You're making your own decisions. You're taking your own life in your hands. You're making your own decision when it comes to love, business, and finance. And you are cutting off ties with someone who just brought you nothing but misery. This person, I mean, they go to the extremes of even doing magic to try to call you back to them. And it's not going to work because you have free will. And you've already decided that this person is dead to you and you want nothing to do with them. Let's get your blessing for this week. What's the blessing for Pisces this week ahead, my little fishies? What's the blessing? Oh, blessings from your soul. Pisces, you are a radiant being with many unique talents. Look with eyes of love and you will see this. Feel the creative power within you and the blessings pouring in as the healing light of your soul flows into every part of you. Yes, as we said, you are focused on you this week. This is all about self-love. Really nurturing your creative talents, your intuition, your skills, your ability, following your wisdom, making your own decisions, cutting off toxic people, energy vampires, moochers, parasites, cutting off one-sided relationships. You are giving to yourselves this week rather than to someone else who really doesn't deserve you. That has been your weekly tea, and until we sip tea together again, may you have a blessed week ahead. And if you want your own personal private reading with me, the link is in the description box below. We look forward to doing your own personal private readings. May you have a blessed week, and thank you for subscribing, liking, commenting, and sharing. Ciao, little fishes. Aries, my little rams, sun, moon, rising, and Venus. Welcome to your weekly tea, Aries, sun, moon, rising, and Venus. Let's see what is going on for Aries. Thank you for subscribing, liking, commenting, sharing, being part of our sacred space, welcoming us into your sacred space, little rams. If you want to have your own personal private reading with me, the link is in the description box below. Let's see what is going on this week ahead for Aries. All right, little rams. Let's see. Nope, that's too many, but there's some news coming your way. There's some announcement being made. Maybe you're gonna make an announcement, or someone is gonna make an announcement to you. All right. So someone is being less stubborn this week. They're willing to work with you. Victory. As we said, somebody's willing to be more flexible this week. Okay? Less stubborn. More open-minded. But you are going to be victorious in some endeavor that you undertake this week ahead. And you won't need a helping hand from someone. Or you're not going to be accepting a helping hand from someone. I feel this energy of you having a big win, but because you worked hard, you had no help in this win that you're going to have this week ahead. And if you need to collaborate with others or work with others, or you need a helping hand from others this week ahead, you can't count on many people to come through for you this week. So you're going to have your own back this week, Aries. But it doesn't look like at the end of the day you're going to even need their help because you're going to be very successful on your own. So whatever victory you're having this week is because you're being open-minded, you're staying flexible, you're willing to work with others, you're willing to put yourself in another shoes or gain another perspective. And because you gain another perspective, or you're willing to work at something in another way, it turns out successful for you. Okay? I'm loving this energy because for some of you, you may feel, or you may ask for someone to help. You may be waiting for someone to offer their assistance, or you may ask somebody for help and they may let you down. And you may think that you need the help of another to succeed, but you don't. Because I see you being very successful all on your own. At the end of the day, you're going to be succeeding on gaining a victory and a win, but through your own hard work. All right. So you're doing some Machiavellian moves this week. Walking over people to get what you want, believing that the ends justify the means. But I don't believe this is your energy. Okay? I think this is the energy that you're going to be dealing with this week ahead. So you may be working with others, collaborating with others, or you're in a situation where you're having to deal with others, whether lawyers, judges, bosses, business partners, and it seems like you're gonna have to stay on your toes. All right, I see that you're gonna have to use your Machiavellian skills, or you're gonna have to play chess while other people, you know, are trying to trip you up, sabotage you, because someone here will do absolutely anything, whatever it takes to get to the top, to get ahead. They will cheat, they will steal, they will lie, they will break the law, they will falsify documents in order to succeed. So be careful with people trying to sabotage you, trying to push you down the stairs, trying to get one up on you. Or it may be your energy, Aries, as well, because these are general readings. You may be pulling all the stops. You may be willing to get down and dirty because you see someone else is not playing fair. And you're like, okay, wait a minute. I was trying to be diplomatic, but we see you're playing dirty and you're trying to sabotage me, or you're trying to bring me down. And before you can bring me down, the ends justify the means. I'm going to bring you down before you bring me down. Oh my, what tangled web is weaved. When first people practice to deceive, when somebody here tries to set you up, it may blow up in their face because it's you having the victory here. As we said, someone here is trying to sabotage you. Here, you're extending your hand to someone. This may be a business partner, a colleague, a coworker, a friend, of whoever you're asking help of, or you're expecting someone to have your back or to give you a helping hand. And at the last minute, they pull their hand away. They renege. They back out of an agreement. Or they just leave you holding the bag. Okay? Somebody could be setting you up here, and it's because they want your position, or they just want your failure. They want to see you fail. They want to bring you down. They want to ruin you. They want to destroy you. And so because you see somebody playing dirty, you yourself may start playing dirty. But whatever you do, whether you play fair, whether you play dirty, we already see somebody else is playing dirty. They're doing whatever it takes to get ahead of you, to try to bring you down, to try to sabotage you, to try to leave you holding the bag, taking the blame. Okay? That's like when you're hanging out with friends and you go into the shopping mall and they steal something, and when you're not looking, they put it in your bag, and you walk out and the alarm goes off, and security guard starts grabbing people. They don't have it. They put it in your bag. It's that type of energy where somebody is doing something crooked, doing something nasty, and they're trying to set you up to take the fall, to take the blame, to take your job, to ruin your reputation, to bring you down. But we see that you are the one that's going to bring them down. Oh, wow. All right. Okay. Yeah, you're not afraid. So this person thinks they're dealing with a sucker, a punk, somebody that they could pull over the wool of their eyes. But you see it coming. You see what someone is doing. You see someone trying to set you up, trying to sabotage you. And you're not going to let them get away with it. Okay? You're going to beat them at their own game this week, Aries. You're going to beat somebody at their own game this week. They want war. You see? Confirmation. Confirmation. Thief. We said somebody here is trying to steal, okay? Trying to steal and trying to set you up to go to jail, to take the blame, to take the fall, okay? This is like when you're in business with someone and they're stealing from the company unbeknownst to you, And the IRS breaks in and starts checking. And the books are crooked. They're not balanced. And guess whose signature is all over the place? Yours, Aries. Someone here is trying to set you up. Or you have to be careful of who you do business with, who you invite into your home, who you give a reference to, who you back up here, who you collaborate with, because someone here is trying to steal from you, or someone here is trying to make you take the fall, take the blame, or carry the responsibility, leave it on you. You're dealing with somebody very negative here. So watch who you're going into business with. You can have crooked lawyers, crooked judge, crooked cops, crooked authority, crooked business people, crooked friends. That's why we said at the beginning of your tea that you may want assistance and help from others this week. But it's best that you do whatever you need to do without the assistance or help of anyone else. Watch out with movers too. See, a false person. Oh my God. Someone is being real fake, Aries. Someone is being real fake with you, pretending that they're here to give you a helping hand. Oh, Spirit was just about to say, watch out with movers. If you're moving, make sure you're in that moving truck, or make sure you're following that moving truck or that moving van, because somebody here wants to steal, wants to rob. Be careful who you rent to, who you move into your house, who you bring into your business, who you collaborate, who you work with, who you co-sign for, who you go into business with, who you go into joint accounts with, because somebody here is real fake. They're not going to pay you back. And all they're interested in is stealing from you, robbing from you, getting you involved in something crooked, something illegal, something underhanded. And you're the one that's going to go to jail. You're the one that's going to need a lawyer. You're the one that's going to be left holding the bag. This person is going to disappear. Okay? This person even probably has fake passports, fake documents. But you have an enemy, a rival, someone who's dishonest, jealous, who's deceitful, okay? Who's cheating you out of something, who's avoiding having a conversation with you, or avoiding giving you all the details about something. Make sure that you are reading the fine line, the dotted line, the little words on those contracts. You better have a magnifying glass. Go through everything with a fine-tooth comb. Dot your I's and cross your T's. Make sure that you are working for somebody whose company is legit, because somebody here is trying to get you into something illegal, underhanded, crooked, that's going to cause you problems with authority, with cops, with lawyers, with judges, with business partners. You can lose more than just money. You can lose your freedom here. So be careful this week with crooked people. Oh, they're very patient too. They're very, very patient. They're showing up like a friend, extending their hand, saying, you know, Aries, let me help you. Or Aries, look, I heard of a business that we can go into, or something. Somebody here is trying to con you. This can be a Ponzi scheme, a pyramid scheme. Someone here can be lying about who they are or what they're getting you involved in. But you have to be careful with a rival, with a enemy, a frenemy, somebody who is a pretender, and somebody who probably has a rap sheet, okay? This person has probably been incarcerated already. Do a background check. Yeah, this person is offering you help unexpectedly out of the blue. You don't really need their help, but they want to help. Why? Because they want to see what they could take from you. Yeah, this person is offering you help, but as they offer help, okay, they offer help with one hand and then they rob you with the other. So be careful. Be careful this week. Be careful. Oh my God. Be careful and avoid a loss. Be careful and avoid a loss. That is confirmation. Confirmation, confirmation, confirmation. You would be better off working on whatever you're working on in secret, with your own resources, by yourself. Don't get other people involved in your business, and don't allow other people to get you involved into their get rich quick schemes, into their business prospect or business deals, because you need to do a background check on someone here. Someone here goes around robbing people. That's how they get ahead. That's how they live. Pretending that they are coming of assistance, and they give you help with one hand and is robbing you with the next. They're distracting you with one hand while they're robbing you with the other. Let's get a blessing for this week ahead. And you're going to be victorious. So you may be victorious in seeing this person, okay? Seeing through this person's representative, through their mask, okay? You see their jealousy, or you see their scheme, their scam, and you free yourself. You catch yourself in time before they can catch you. Or you work on something on your own, and that is successful, and this person has no access to it. Let's see the blessing that Aries has this week ahead. You receive life's blessings. Life bestows its blessing on you. The wind of change is flowing through you at this time, Aries, and this change is your blessing. Don't try to hold on, no matter how unsettling it may seem. For all will magically transform when the time is right. When you look back, you will see only love. So there's somebody here definitely that you got to get out of a collaboration with, out of business with, out of a friendship with, out of a contract, agreement, a partnership with, in order to save yourselves from bigger problems down the line. There is a blessing coming your way that is going to lead you to a victory, to a change, to a move that is going to benefit you greatly. But you have to avoid involving people in your plans. And if somebody is making you an offer that you can't refuse this week, take your time, think about it once, twice, thrice, and refuse it. That has been your weekly tea. I'm your Oracle and Reader, the GEMSTAR. This is Kettle Messages Tarot, and if you want your own personal private reading, our information is in the description box below. Just click that link to the website. Thank you for subscribing, liking, commenting, and sharing. Have a blessed week ahead, my little Reds. Ciao. It's your Reader, the GEMSTAR. Thank you so much for stopping by, sipping some weekly tea with us. Support your content creators. Subscribe, like, comment, and share. And to receive your own personal private reading, book it at our website. kettlemessagestarot.my.canva.site in the description box below. May you have a blessed week ahead. Ciao!